Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new, and welcome to my first video on personal curriculums because I'm going to start one for October. I'm very excited. Now if you follow my channel and you're wondering, yes, he's here. Little Duke, his cheeky little self. He's here, he's fine, and he's being a little pickle. But let's chat about personal curriculums. So I sort of just came across this by accident on YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, this is absolutely fascinating to me. I believe it started through TikTok. I'm one of those. I have technically a TikTok account and I haven't logged on it since I got it because I know that that's something I get addicted to, just scrolling, so I don't use it. So I just came across this on YouTube and then started binging videos, etc. Personal curriculums. Basically, it's studying kind of post-education, post-formal education, subjects you want to study. And it's maybe a bit about self-improvement, a bit about stopping maybe the doom scrolling, but learning what you want to learn. So it might be that you do like a short course that's going to help you with something that might be on your goals list. It might be a skill that you want to learn that you've never tried before. Or just something that interests you and you go and study a little bit. And it's so open. You design your curriculum. So it might be that you do an online course. It might be that you just use books, podcasts, whatever works for you. And you make your own curriculum and you follow it basically. So I'm going to talk you through my October curriculum today. There's a few different subjects, some that just interest me, some things I want to revisit. And yeah, I'm just going to jump in. So my first subject is philosophy. Now I studied philosophy back for AS level and I loved it so much, and it was such a regret of mine not actually having continued it. It was at the time I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and that was the subject that kind of made sense to drop. But few regrets, I tell you. I thought it was fascinating seeing all these different approaches on thoughts and situations. I thought it was great. So I found an online free course through the Open University on introducing philosophy because it's been a few years since I was at school. So I'm kind of going to go back to the basics, and they've kind of split it into 4 different topics. So I figured 4 weeks, do it in October. Happy days. We've got approaching philosophy, doing philosophy, studying philosophy, and a conclusion week. And I've given myself a book to read in this time. Now, it's a reread for me, but it is a book that I read as an early teen and I loved. And not just because it's called Sophie's World and my name's Sophie, but because this was a fantastic introduction to philosophy. I read this the summer before I started my AS level, and I just came in so enthusiastic and just had a great time. Thought this was brilliant. So basically it's written through the adventures of Sophie, and she sort of comes across a letter and ends up doing basically like a philosophy course. But things happen. It's far more interesting than I've just made it sound. But yeah, so this is kind of like my recommended reading for the course whilst I'm doing the online course. The only thing is, I don't know if I'll wait another week before I start picking this up. But hey, let's see how we go. What subject's next? Yeah, music theory. Not the subject I'm most looking forward to, and you're probably thinking, why did you put it on there? It's because I kind of have an unsettled score with myself on this one. So I did university music. Music and psychology is my degree. I loved it. I love playing piano. That was my thing. And obviously you do theory as you go as well. But back at school, I had a couple of teachers that maybe for piano I didn't really get on so well with. And yeah, I was a bit stubborn and they kept trying to push me to do grade exams and things, and I was like, no, I don't need a piece of paper to tell me how good I am. I know I'm all right. And I have to say, this confident to cocky attitude, I think, is kind of what got me into university to do music, because it was kind of on my personal statement, you know, if you want to see how good I am, let me come in and audition for you. And I got into every university that I applied for, because I think with music you have to be fairly confident. If you like, I wanted to do the performance aspect, so it worked in my favour. However, now I'm a little bit older, and unfortunately a music teacher that I really connected with, she was an absolute legend. She passed away at the end of August, and that hit a lot of us, a lot of her old students, really quite hard. She's the best piano teacher I ever had. She was amazing, an amazingly talented but motivating lady. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to pick up music again. I haven't touched my piano in the corner now for, I don't know, years. I've moved it obviously from the old house. I haven't touched it. And I thought, you know what, let's go back, let's do a bit of music theory, let's maybe start playing the piano again. You know, I learned a lot from this very inspirational lady, and I think it's a shame that I have kind of just let music, that was such a big part of my life, just kind of disappear. So in the charity shop the other day, I treated myself to some sheet music, so I'm going to start faffing over the next month, just playing a few things, but I wanted to work on music theory. So on eBay I ordered myself the first 5 grade music theory books. They're just the workbooks, and over the next week I'm going to try and push through grade 1, so my October syllabus will have grades 2 and 3. That might be very cocky, considering this is something that I haven't looked at now, oh, maybe about 16-17 years. So yeah, I've been a bit cocky, like, oh yeah, I'm going to pick this up again, no problem. I might not. It might be that I'm coming to you in my next video going, yeah, I'm still doing grade 1 here. And that's fine if that's the case, because this is my curriculum and I'll take as long as I believe will want to with it. But yeah, I'm nervous, but I think if I even get half of the benefits, even a third or a quarter of the benefits I did out of how I felt music wise when I was playing, it would be such a worthwhile subject to revisit. So yeah, music theory, but we're going to be playing as well. So the next subject, I haven't really got any resources to show you. It is pre-hospital cardiac arrest. This is a CPD program that I am doing. It's like a little course. I'm doing it online through one of the ambulance CPD's sites. And yeah, I've been doing sort of like a course section every sort of week, and I want to finish this course in October. So I've currently got 5 sections left, so I'm going to get 1 done hopefully next week. Might even do it today, who knows. And then yeah, I'm going to do a subject at a time. So part of my medical qualification is I have to do so many hours a year CPD. I do that. I've done it twice over this year already. But it's a very important thing to keep doing, to keep refreshing your skills, to keep refreshing your knowledge. Things change, guidelines change. So yeah, that's it. I have nothing to share with you apart from I'm enjoying the course. I'm quite looking forward to finishing it. So I put English language and English literature together, but I have quite distinct goals for both. If you follow my channel, you'll know I am more a booktuber than anything else, and I have been struggling with reading some after reading some after reading some recently. So I have picked myself 4 romance books I'm actually really quite looking forward to reading, in the hope that it kickstarts me into reading a little bit more again if I put it on my curriculum. See, thought process there. we've got Caught Up, which is book 3, I think, in the Windy City series. Quite looking forward to this. I started it, I got to page 76, so I want to finish that. I've got Hopeless. This is the last book in the Chestnut Springs series. Then I can like sign it off as a finished series. This is like a cowboy romance. I love it so much. Highly recommend. Now we have Gloves Off. This is the last book that's currently been released in the Vancouver Storm series. However, I haven't yet finished the Wingman, and I'm like really only just starting this. So I'm going to finish this week, so because this is on my October curriculum. And then we have the Gingerbread Bakery, and this will bring me, look at the sprayed edges. This will bring me up to date in this series as well. So that's sort of my English literature side of things. Yes, if I continue this, I might do different themes. So it might be that I pick like 4 thrillers or 4 classics, and every month change it up a little bit. But for now, I think, do you know what? I'm really stressed. I'm really tired. Let's just do some light and fluffy romance reading. That's my plan. Now, the English language side of things, I have had an idea for a novel now for a few years, and I've never done anything about it. So, my goals, spend a bit of time, I'm going to sort of plan out my plot and my characters, and I want to basically, by the end of the month, have written a minimum of 3 chapters. We're going to aim for 5. That's the goal. I'm not going to say anything more about it for now, but that's the plan. So phys ed, I wasn't a PE fan at school. I like certain sports, like I like trampolining, I like tennis, netball was a bit fun. Don't ever ask me to run. I have no intention of ever running again unless I'm being chased or there's an emergency. But I want to get fit. I've wanted to try the 75 Hard program now for quite some time. I've started it so many times and I've only got to sort of like 4 days in. And you know what? Last time I did that, I got to day 4, I lost 2 pounds and I felt amazing mentally. And then life happened. So I'd like to restart that now. I'm hoping my aim is actually to start this tomorrow. If I do, then come the 1st of October, I should be about day 7, day 8, which hopefully then I'll be in a bit of a routine and this will work. If I fluff the 75 Hard, I at least want to be going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. I want to be going for a walk every day. I need to be looking after my health a little bit more than I am. I'm also going to take an online yoga class. I am the least flexible person in the universe. And the concept of yoga terrifies me, but apparently there are a lot of beginner-friendly videos out there, and apparently it's really, really good for your mental health. So before I poo-poo it, we're going to give it a go. I have got a couple of books that I want to get ready for this. A couple of David Goggin books here. I've got Can't Hurt Me and Never Finished, and Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO. I probably will read more sort of self-help and self-improvement books if we do the 75 Hard, but they're the ones I've sort of earmarked to start. And then kind of a social media one, because I've sort of been off the radar now for quite some time. I want to get back to it, but I want to do it slowly. So my goal is to write a couple of blog posts this month about how I'm getting on with this personal curriculum as we go. I'm not going to push myself to post every week, but every other week should be feasible. I want to get back onto Instagram, so I've got a few books obviously that I want to read. Let's get some book posts up there. And really, I'm going to plan and film, hopefully, if October goes well, my November curriculum. Yeah, I'm quite excited about this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of my curriculum, and let me know if you're doing one for yourself, what subjects you're looking at doing, or if you just think the concept sounds a bit fun. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, consider subscribing to see how I get on. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.